Okay, here we are 2 days before Christmas. We're finally getting some paint on our Barndominium build that we've been shooting some video on. A couple of highlights. The fireplace is now in. You can see that we got it framed up. We got the firebox in. That will be a gas fireplace. And once we got it in, the customers decided that we had built the box too tall. We had it up about here off the floor. And once the fireplace got in, customers decided that they wanted the fireplace lower. So we had to cut everything out and lower it. And now we get to put it back together. But you can see here some of the color that's on the walls that they're going with. This is the first coat of paint that they have on. So we're making some progress. We got a long way to go. This is the kitchen, again, kitchen area here. Electricians are here trying to get some of the wiring done. Now that we've got some paint on the walls, they're able to come in, make the joints up, and get ready for some switches and plugs. But we'll make our way upstairs. Sure is nice when you start to get color onto the walls. Again, treads for the steps will come at the very end. These are just work treads. Looks like we had a disaster here. Getting some lights cut in, assuming that the insulators came and insulated the ceiling before the electricians got here and put in their lights. So you can see got a little bit of a mess here. But you know, something nice about the new lighting they have out these days is you come in and you pre-wire your receiver and it sits up in the ceiling. And the nice thing is the drywaller comes in, he can drywall through everything. No cans hanging down, no wires hanging down. And then the electrician can come in, pre-lay them out, and then they know right where to drill their holes. You can see on the big ceiling here, you see it's no openings except for a couple of big lights that'll be hanging. Again, they're going to get some of these can lights, and what they're going to do is come cut the holes in just like they did up here. It really speeds up the drywall time. It really speeds up the finish and the paint. They can paint all these ceilings and not have to worry about getting all the fixtures painted up and having to clean them a little bit later. So one of the nice additions to some electrical options out there. Again, the office, they're going with a pretty neutral beige all the way around. This is his office. I know we kind of showed the window opening here last time, and really is going to be a nice picture for him. A really nice view. Okay, we'll make our way into some of the other bedrooms. Not a whole lot of color changes here. It looks like they're doing beige everywhere. And again, this is first coat. As you can see, they still are going to cut some in and come back for second coat, but it's always nice to get the first coat on. Let the electricians come in, get the lights in, and then we can light stuff up to really see a better paint job when we're finishing up. It's always good to mask off your tub when you're painting, when you're doing the drywall in the mud. Just really cleans it up. You can kind of see here also that we didn't finish all the way all the joints on the drywall. This is getting a solid surface put on these three sides, so it's really not 100% necessary to finish those, but we do have a finished edge here and all the way back to where the plate, the solid surface is going to go. And it's coming all the way up to the ceiling. Again, just some of the can lighting, something that these folks have in these can lights, and I don't know if you can see it, but there is a night light at the top of each of the cans that you can have on instead of full light. So it's an option that they purchased to have some night lighting. Something you might think about. And again, just a bathroom up here and the laundry room. Really not a whole lot of color difference anywhere. And we'll make our way downstairs. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, this fireplace is getting full stone all the way up to the top. So we will be putting OSB on the sides and the face there. If you're wondering why we haven't finished that. The little nook is looking good. We'll do some benches in here. The homeowner wants to be able to have a little seating area, little reading area that we're sticking in. The all-important thermostat. Try to keep your thermostat somewhere toward the middle of the house, somewhere that's going to be representative of your living space, and right here down the hallway is where it is. Master bedroom. Putting some color on the walls. It'll really change once we get some lights in here that we'll be able to really show you what it looks like. Kind of the painters cutting in up along the ceiling, getting that first coat in the corners. Again, our shower has a full onyx solid surface insert, so you can see the bench got put on there, but we do have the panels out in the garage area. We'll make our way out to the garage area. Here we've got pretty much everything done here. Heater installed. We got our liner steel on. You can see the garage doors are in now. We got some temporary lighting put up. The overhead door guys are working on some operators, getting those hooked up so the doors, right now we can lift them, but they're not ready to hit the push button. You can kind of see the size of operator and the size of door. This one is for one of the smaller doors that two of them are hanging, and you can see the size of this door opener is significantly larger, bigger motor, bigger track than your more residential one. So it does matter to the size of door you're putting up and the size of operator. Something we use a lot of is LiftMaster. LiftMaster is a brand of door openers, and I'll tell you what, we've been using them for a really long time, and they last a really long time. Spend the money for the door opener that you don't want to fix. LiftMaster's certainly been something over the last 25 years our door guy's been putting in, and we have very, very few callbacks, if ever. So they're well worth the money. They're hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This is near $1,000 for that one, but they do last, and that's super important. And then one of the nice things about a garage this size is all the trim. So we went with a non-finger jointed poplar, all solid poplar. So we're gonna have to prime and paint it all, but it's just a better piece of trim. It's gonna finish nicer. It's a more stable wood. So there's a lot more prep involved in it, a lot more work, but in the end, it's really a better product. They wanted a painted finish, and we wanted to go with something that is super stable and doesn't shrink. And okay, storm shelter. I think we don't quite have that finished, but kind of gives you an idea of all the locking mechanisms and what it takes to put in a storm shelter.